you? Hopefully you're having some camping fun days. Hello, Shannon, welcome. And Susan's here. Hello, hello. Well, I'm excited. I'm going to be playing with the Silly Safari set tonight, and I am playing with the Boho Vibes paper. So just to give you guys a quick overview of the Boho Vibes, I believe you get several different designs and 4 of each. I've used this design already. And then the back side is kind of like a neutral tone, kind of the same designs, but neutral tones. We're going to be working with this one today. And again, general love how the colors are in here. They're so bright and vibrant. 1, 2, 3. Actually, there's six sheets of each design. So, and then the back side. Look how bright and colorful this is. There. Oh, that got mixed up. That goes there. And, oh, we got a peachy color. I think this is called Petal Pink, but to me, Petal Pink is peachy. So, we used that already. I showed you that. Yep. More. Again, just love these colors. And I would have to say some of these colors, I don't think I would imagine them together. But now that I see them, I love them. So this is, again, the 6x6 Designer Series paper. Hello, Sharon. Hi, Kathleen. Welcome, Linda and Joanne. All right, so we are going to do this with the Silly Safari. So I have pre-stamped and pre-colored everything just because the card I'm going to work on is going to be a little bit challenging. I haven't done one of these types of cards in a while, and I'm afraid I'm going to mess up, but bear with me. We will get it straight if I do. But this is Silly Safari. Love all of the different things that you can make with this. Not just cards, which we are going to be doing a card. We're doing a kind of a fun fold card, but I can imagine zoo pages. Actually, I'll be going on another African safari. I still have some of my old safari to do. And, you know, the zoo, lots of different things. So I love this little giraffe and the zebra. The zebra is the easiest to color. You really don't have to color much on him. Maybe just his nose, which I did. The little rhino, the leopard, and the little monkey. And then it's got some tropical leaves and the sentiments. Happy birthday, you party animal. Hakuna Matata. Thank you big time. Woohoo, it's your birthday. Welcome, baby. So perfect also for baby layout, baby kit, baby cards. Somebody, you know, these are popular for decorating baby's rooms. So if you're doing a baby's theme, this could be it. And then I love how these are turned. It's your day, so it's your day, go wild, and super proud of you. And then again, some different hashtags and little marks to decorate the back of it. So enough of that. Stay connect. Hopefully you guys didn't see that delay. I don't know why I'm getting that. But I do have some inspiration to share with you. And then over the weekend, I promise I have some new product in. This product will be going live to you July 1st, so stay tuned. But here is the card that I wanted to show you that we're going to make. Isn't he cute? Aren't they cute, right? So here we go. Voila, right? So this interlocks here. So the little cute monkey and the giraffe, the little rhino and the zebra. So the only thing I did not put on here was the little cheetah, but I did color one of them. So maybe it'll go on the new card. I'll show you. Here I have all of my instructions here. There is definitely going to be scoring involved and some special cutting. But again, all of my instructions will be there. But the best part about it is you have this video to come back to and refer to it, right? And I will upload it on YouTube as well. But look at these little guys here. Here is my little leopard. So fun. I colored him with pumpkin pie. I wasn't quite sure. We're going to do some blending. So there's 2 of the pieces that are blended. These what we will blend. And then this is the Boho Vibes designer series paper that I'm going to be working with. Oh, here's the little zebra. So I just colored in his nose. That was it. So there we go. So let's start off with what you're going to need. Now I won't have all the dimensions here. I do have some of them marked down. Again, they will be in the instructions on the Facebook group and along with on the YouTube. I will have all of the dimensions for you. But you're going to have to start out with 2 pieces of cardstock. One is going to be 5.5 by 9.5, and the other one is 5.5 by 10 5/8. So we are going to score these. Let me just set these aside so I don't lose them. These so stinking cute. I don't want them to go far. Okay. So I could score this on my cutting blade, but because there's just so many different scores, I'm going to just take my scoreboard out. Okay, this is a very old one. Stampin' Up! Does have a scoreboard. But, okay. So here is the 5.5 by 9.5. And I am taking my U-Pick tool. I have one of the tools that helps with the scoring. And I am going to score at 1/2. And then I'm scoring at 2 5/8. So again, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5/8. And then 6 7/8, which is usually the one that's, if you have all of the little lines, it's the one that's right before. So it's 6 7/8, so it's going to be right before the 7 mark. So we're going to score that. And then at 9 inches, we are going to score, which again gives that another 1/2 inch mark. Then I am turning this over, and I have to find my, at 2.5. So I am taking this. I could do a pencil mark too. I'm just going to use my score. I'm here, but at the 2.5 mark, I am just going to score from here to that first line. And then I'm turning it over. These will not line up, so I just want to make sure you guys, so don't think if you're on the scoreboard, this is 2.5. Let me show you here. So don't go 2.5 and then go down here 2.5, because you don't want it to line up. You want it to be the opposite. All right, so here I'm going to do that at 2.5. Then, since I'm here and we're working with this piece, let's get this piece done. So here is the 2.5 inch. Can you see that score mark? I'm going to cut away the excess of that. So I'm just taking my snips. And I'm going to cut that off. And I'm going to turn it around. Again, here is my 2.5. You can see it's shorter. So that's how I know it's my 2.5. And I am going to cut. So far, so good. Okay. Then we'll finish that after. Now I'm going to take this next piece. It's the 5.5 by 10 5/8. And we are going to score this at 2 1/8. So here is the 1/8 mark, right past to the 2. 2 1/8. 4 1/4. 6 3/8. So here's the 6. 1, 2, 3/8. Just counting over those little dash marks. And 8 1/2. Okay, and then for this one, this is where I have to remember. So this one, I am turning that over, and I'm going to actually cut this at 2 3/4. So let me get my paper trimmer out now. We are done scoring. So make sure I just get this up here so you guys can see that. And I am scoring from this here to this line here, which was the 4 1/4 mark. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the same on the opposite side. So this is 2 3/4. And I'm just going to cut there. And again, so this part is not going to get cut at all, that center piece. And I am going to bring that down. Okay, so then, for this piece, fingers crossed, so far I'm doing okay, I think. All right, time will tell. I am going to cut this bottom section off and this top section off. And then turn that over. Have anybody made this type of a card before? All right, so that is going to go this way. If you're using two-sided cardstock, you're going to want to make sure that you have your tone the way you want it. And then this is going to be peaked and valley this way. So here it goes like that, okay? Let's see, hopefully, see if I have any questions so far. I don't see anything. So, all right, so we have that piece. And now, you know what? I'm actually just gonna take my bone folder here, and I really do wanna just do that in here. You want that nice and crisp. Okay, so then this piece here, it's gonna go up. This is where I'm gonna get confused here. So, ooh, this came off. That's not good. But now actually let me see what I needed to do. So, that. And there. All right, so now let me just play around with this. Oh, I might have done this wrong. I go this way. Okay, so from this point here, when you put your card together, it's important that you have your, this piece here meeting up with this small tab, and the same here with this meeting up with that small tab. Right? Because then as you close it, that is how it is going to lock together. All right? Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. All right. So I am going to put some tear and tape, two-sided tape, whatever you like to call it. That right here. So just think of how many fun different sets. You know, there was that set that came out with the trees that had the raccoon and stuff. I mean, that would be adorable for making this too. All right. So before we do this, I am, and this is kind of hard because it's all single color, but before I finish doing this, we want to tape the back side, this solid piece, and we want to just line that up in the center. I'm not going to measure it, I'm just going to eyeball it, but that's what I want to do. One of the things too, because of how you score, sometimes you can have excess. So you can see here, like I have a little bit of an excess there. I am going to just trim that off. Again, it's just a sliver there. I just want to make sure it's even. And look here. And just going to cut that off. All right. Okay, so again, this is going to go up on the top here and here. I'm going to turn this over and put some adhesive. Now again, you can use glue on here, whatever your favorite adhesive is. Again, I am making sure that I have that, and that is going to just eyeball that. I don't feel that straight. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this back this way, take this tape off, and fold that down. And you can see that's how that will open. And then we're going to do the same here. Oh, let me just make sure I'm doing this right. Did I put the tape on the wrong side? Nope, I did not. So I'm going to put this down. So again, this again is going to interlock. Do you see how that goes? So this part over here, it goes up on top, and then that interlocks. And that's the basis of the card. That's it. So that's the component. It looks more challenging than it is, but trust me, if you watch this video and take it step by step, you will get it. So now what we're going to do is, I have 2 pieces of the designer series paper. So I used the same designer series paper for just to make this easy, but you can use whatever designer series, or you can change up your designer series paper if you want to. So this is going to go inside here, and this will go inside here. Okay. So I think I got this right. Sorry about that. I'm out of the camera. Just trying to line it up. There we go. Yep. Okay, and then this other piece is going to go tucked right in there. All right, so we got that part done. Now, these 2 pieces is what we did with the blending. So one is going to go on the outside and one is going to go on the inside here. But let's do the rest of our... So this is going to tuck in here. So let's do that. Again, I will give you all of these dimensions. I do have them written down here, but then that's just going to stall me and I will lose track of where I'm at. And then this one is going to go in here. Okay, so we have this, and now this is where we're gonna blend a little bit. So I made 2 of these. There's many of the pieces are 2 of cutting the same size. And then this one will go down here and fit in here. But I'm just gonna show you quickly. You guys pretty much know how to blend, but I want to keep this kind of like to give it, it's kind of an ombre look, but maybe a halo look behind. And I am using for this, I am using Petal Pink. So again, to me, Petal Pink, when I hear pink, I think of pink. That's pink. This is, to me, more of a peachy color. But it goes perfect with the paper that we're using. So I'm just going to set this aside here. And again, from using my blending brush, I am just going to take this around and try to leave the center clear. So again, I'm always going to start off again, just, I love having, like when I bring the brush over to the edge, it actually brings that more in-depth color. So you know what your creative activity is, right? You're gonna have to create one of these cards. And I know you can do it. The inspiration that you guys have shared so far from last week's creative session is awesome. And that was the 2 options of the layout and the cards, and many of you done both of them, so you'll have double entry for a chance to win. All right, so you see how I did just around the edges there? And I'm gonna do this here as well. So if you are watching this on YouTube, because after it will be on YouTube, come and join me on my Scrap and Roll page for these live creative sessions. They do upload to YouTube, but I also will be putting other inspiration directly out there. Some quick, fun reminder techniques, tips. So come and join me. And if you are watching live on Facebook and you're not following me on YouTube, I would truly appreciate Crap with Anne-Marie, and like and subscribe, because that just helps my ability to have more vision or visibility. Okay, so this is our new card, which is, I always forget this name. It is Secret Sea. That's one of our new colors, Secret Sea. So I am just going to mat this on here. Isn't that a great color combination? Okay, so let's bring this piece back in. Again, that is going to go here. But before we do that, and this is going to go here. But before we do that, why don't we do some of our decorations and stamping here. So I got the little side view of that cute rhino. You know, this will be cute. My daughter and her boyfriend did the exhibit at Brevard Zoo, the experience with the rhinos. I think I'll have to use this for a scrapbook page for her on that. So I'm going to probably put him there. But let's do Woohoo, It's Your Birthday. And I am using the Mossy Meadow. Just changing it up for color. And one of the things that I've been doing lately to help, you know, close to my heart, we used to have the foam, and the glass mat does work wonderfully, but the glass mat gives a lot of glare. Although I could probably put this on the glass mat. But anyways, I've been using this silicone mat and it works fabulous. So I just want to make sure, where is he going to line up? Maybe I'll put him up higher and then him, or put him lower and then him higher. Yep, we're going to do that. I might have to trim a little off the bottom there, but woohoo, it's your birthday. Yep. And I have my very, very loved chamois. All right, and then I'm just gonna come down here a little bit. I'm just gonna trim. Yep, perfect. So, and I used the marker, this smoky slate marker, the light and the dark on here. And if you guys have not aware, I do have a color club happening where you can get the markers and or the stamp pads. You can switch it up. 1 month you can get 3 stamp pads. Next month you can get 3 of the markers. That's starting next month. And it's a 6-month commitment. And after you've completed the 6 months, then you get to get $40 worth of free product. So we are going to do that here. All right. And then on the bottom, I am not putting anything here other than, you know what? I have the zebra on the last one. Maybe I will put, look at those adorable eyes. Do you see that? I mean, this is such an adorable, it somewhat looks so realistic, but I think I will put the leopard there. And then I can personally handwrite. Now, another option that you can do with this card is on the back side, you can put white cardstock and write a personal note also on that if you wanted to do that. I am not adding dimensional tape to this because it's, but when you're folding it with all of the layers, it's got enough dimension in it. So I am not going to do that. So I have that here. And now I want to take 2 of my other pieces of Designer Series paper. And we are going to go here and here with those pieces. Again, if you're going to use something that has a different pattern and stuff, make sure you got the pattern going in the right direction for everything. All right. Okay, so now we just have to do our front piece here, and that's where I'm going to do these little guys here. And I am going to do the monkey with the leaves. Where did I loved how I did the little monkey, and I stamped the leaves in the meadow. Let me close this up. The mossy meadow. So, and I can go over because this is going to be on the top portion. So if they hang over, it's not going to impact at all, right? I'm going to come in just a little bit closer now. I should probably do this earlier. All right. I don't need that anymore. Okay. So let's put this little monkey there. So again, you see where I'm putting him, so he's got kind of that shine that's going to fall behind him. And then we got the little leaves. So I am going to make sure though that doesn't fall below here. because I don't want it to fall in the bottom portion of that mechanism. So super, super cute, I think. What do you guys think? You guys got some ideas of what you can do and how you can create this? Okay, so now we're going to do the bottom. And again, this giraffe, look how long his neck is. He is adorable. Before I do that, I am actually going to do It's Your Day, Go Wild. And I'm going to do that in the Mossy Meadow too. Sorry about my dog barking in the background. Must have had a delivery. And his dad is on the phone, so he's just going to let him bark. So. All right, so again, I'm going to just oops. All right, and I'm just going to center him on top. There we go. And then I am going to put him there, and I'm just going to cut off that excess. So I'm just... How cute is he? He's a very cute giraffe too. The monkey's cute. They're all cute. Sometimes I just have had enough of flowers, right? I've got to do something different. And that is going to go here. All right, what do you guys think? That wasn't too hard, right? I think I'm still under a half hour too. Oh, just made it a half hour. So, oh, and I just got ink all over my finger, so I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at my clock and not paying attention where my fingers were going. All right. So, here we go. Ready? Cute. Woohoo, it's your birthday. And again, this just interlocks like that, and it helps keep it closed. Isn't that adorable? And then here is the one that my protege type I did. Similar, I changed up the colors though. For this, I used, oh, you know what I did? I know what I did here. I'm going to have to go back. Remember, this fell off and I didn't fold it correctly, so I'm going to have to fold that correctly. But anyways, for coloring, I used crumb cake on the back of here and ivory here. I do think I like the ivory better. I did use a lighter brown for the monkey this time, but everything else I used the same with the other colors. But I'm going to have to fix that because I did not. So you can see how that tab goes back there. And when it came apart, I just put it wrong. So, what do you think? Super cute. I hope you like that. I will, again, have all the instructions and everything up on the page tomorrow. Don't forget, pick 3. If you haven't done your pick 3, you have till 9:30 p.m. Eastern time to get your pick 3 in for Thursday. And, oh, I have artwork to show you. Oh, I'm so glad I remembered that. All right, so just a few of our kit collections I wanted to share with you guys. This was actually the Paper Pumpkin last month, right? And this is called Ink, I think Ink and Expressions, but look how pretty that is. And the dimension in there. Right, so these are all delicate die cuts. Then the stamp set had these little butterflies to stamp on. And then there's this one, Hugs. So again, there was a coordinating die. We have a new die, an exclusive die set, and there was a coordinating die of Hugs that went with this. And I think that's still available. And then it came with the ink spot of Berry Burst. And then again, you got your little butterflies there. But I loved, love how that looks. And the gold foil. And then again, congratulations to the happy couple, which I had to use one of these cards because my niece got married. And I loved giving her this card. It's so pretty and elegant. All right, so this is available. So Paper Pumpkin, you only can get it if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, but after the kits get all mailed out, and I think they wait a couple of weeks just in case there's no trouble with people getting their kits, then they open it up. So you can get the refill, and if the whole kit with the stamp set is available, and this one is. So it's absolutely gorgeous. It does so much better in person. Okay, so this is the kit that came out this month, and it is called Paper Pals, or Pop-Up Pals. And it only comes with these 4 cards, but look how stinking cute they are. Great for your grandchildren, school age. Oh. Actually, this kit is only $10 plus tax and shipping. So it's pretty darn cute. Your dynamite, and you open it up and look at the little dynamite dinosaur, right? That's called the Pop-Up Pals. And then we have a unicorn, and that pops up. Have a magical birthday. And can you guess what's on here? And actually, there's my monkey. My monkey's supposed to be up here. I need to get I have it upside down. Silly me, go bananas. It's your birthday. And I have this upside down. Ha, don't do what I did. I just noticed that. But super cute monkey. I'll have to get that fixed. And then You're My Best Friend with the dog and the cat. And how adorable is that? With the little cat. Oh, the cat sits up here with the little dog, and then there's another cat sitting on top of him. Super cute. And I'm glad I showed you that mistake, so now I can fix it for my next time with everybody. And then, what is this one? Oh, this is the Share a Smile. And this comes with this adorable box. It holds all of the envelopes and the cards. I don't have the cards in there, but you make this little, everything's like pre-scored, adorable, and I believe it actually has the tape on it. You don't have to put the tape on it. And a little slit to hold that. And then here are the cards. Little note cards. You Make Me Smile. So I do have this very, very close. I'm going to have to move that out. So You Make Me Smile. You Matter. And it has this UV coating on it, some of the pieces, so they shine. Have a Great Day. Again, another one that You Make Me Smile, but this has a little toucan, little cacti hang in there. Love, love, love the little sloth. And these are all blank inside, but you can put your own personal note. Have a Great Day, and then You Matter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in this kit called You Make Me Smile. Now, one last thing I have to show you is my bonus page, and some of you may have seen it already. I'm going to have to bring this out, back out, so you can see this. So the Scrapbook Weekend Adventures kit. See if you have a full view of that. All right, so I will send the assembly instructions to everybody who has purchased the Scrapbook Workshop. And these are the extra large party banner dies. So if you purchase this, I will pre-cut these out for you so you don't have to get those dies if you don't want to. If you don't want this title, just let me know, so then I won't pre-cut that for you and mail those to you. But I will have all of the other dimensions, and all of these pieces are extra within your kit. Other than some of the cardstock, you might have to have some of the extra of the cardstock, but all of the other pieces are what you'll have extra in that workshop to make this bonus page. So hopefully, if you're interested, let me know on that. And again, keep an eye out this weekend. I will be coming live with some other fun things to share with you guys since I'm not on vacation anymore and I have some extra bonus time. But thanks so much, everyone. Have a great night and a great weekend, and we'll talk soon. Bye.